What's up, guys? YogiZilla here, and this is HorsePLAY Live Uncut, episode 55. Today is January 1st, 2015. Happy New Year, guys. It's kind of a big deal, mainly because 2014 sucked the donkey balls. Why does it say I'm playing, the Geeky Auntie is playing Nung Ra Wang? What the heck is that?
What are you playing, man? Seriously.
I don't know how that happened.
You're making me very nervous right now, Yogi. I just want to say that.
I don't know how that happened.
Just because.
But you'll see even on this uncut video, we're getting a little more fancy with it. Doing some tweaks to make the video sharper. Usually I don't bother in the uncut. But it's the new year, so I'm going to bring you the newness, the freshness. It's going to be awesome.
And, Yogi, it's the new year, so I've got everything installed, so my videos going to be really...
You're cutting off a little bit.
Really?
It sounded like you were. Wait, hold on. Fatal Blaze said, getting close, my hype is building to see this. Oh, yeah. Woo! He doesn't even know that I'm streaming already. I'm doing the pre-show on this channel. So yeah, we're gonna do this on TeamSpeak, so we have to mess around with the lag and clicking this at Google Hangout, and then we're not limited on how many people could join. And TeamSpeak does give us the option to mute certain people, change volume levels, and all that stuff on the fly. So that'll help out.
Yeah, and this is a kind of a temporary until we can figure out what's the best to use. It's kind of a test, so with us a little bit today, guys. We're trying to use different things because Skype is just being a butt, literally. That's all I can say to it.
Well, I think Skype has been good to us, but there's certain limitations to it. So that's what we gotta go by. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna fix something else up on here while we're doing a pre-show. You guys will see I put the chat. Oop. No, that's not it. My bad. I got the chat on the side here. Oh shit. That's not what I wanted to do at all. You might hear the kids being loud in the background.
Oh man, this part is New Year's.
Yeah. No, that's I'm not even gonna use that as an excuse. They're just loud constantly. Like I said, my family has two volumes: asleep and awake. And the awake is really loud.
You should say no. They have two volumes: asleep and loud as fuck.
Oh yeah, that too. That's probably a better pun.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hello! Lord Rakdos is here for the pre-show. Of course, the main channel will be...
Geeky Antics.
Yes.
And we got, if you guys want to join us, really, too, I do have the TeamSpeak info into the Geeky Antics chats already. If you guys do want to join us, come on over. When you guys get there, we'll link it again right before we start.
Yeah, we'll just have to mute them until we do the big opening stuff and whatnot.
Well, we'll do this.
Oh, you know what? We won't be able to play. I realized we won't be able to play intro music. Oh no, we will be able to. Never mind. Never mind. How do I sound now? I'm doing something. I'm doing something that could break things.
Yeah, you just went really loud.
Did I?
Oh yeah.
No. Tell me if you hear this.
I hear a double.
You hear a double?
You can't have this sound.
Is it loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. You can't have that song.
I don't want your song.
We keep double.
Yeah, because I have to open up another thingamabobbers to get the audio working. Another audio channel, so it's picking me up on the mic probably. Weird nuances to happen, you know, with the technologies and pudding, Jello pudding pop. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I should have come. I should have. That's one thing I forgot to do is pick a good New Year song.
I can't understand this, dude. I can't understand the double talk. Sorry, it's driving me nuts. That's all I hear is you talking in one, and then I hear you talking somewhere else. I don't know.
Your face talks somewhere else. All right, I'll just finish up doing what I'm doing, and then.
Oh, you're fine. Just don't talk to me and expect me to answer. All right, on the bottom of our show, or on the bottom, what we have is the waiting room for HorsePLAY Live. So if somebody wants to come in, you'll see underneath our names. You guys just go ahead and go into the waiting room, and then we'll bring you in when we get ready to, when we get ready to bring people in.
Word.
Word.
That did say sound good. Very nice. Raging in the house. Sup,
and we already
Raging?
have Fatal Blade already in the waiting room ready.
Yeah, we had a fun time earlier.
I'm ready to start when you are. We can start a couple minutes early.
All right.
Hype, yeah.
Yep, hype. What I'll do is, this is what we'll do. You want to start the recording at the new? It's a 2-minute theme. Just start recording after the music is done, and you can just do a hype. Welcome everybody for the YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? No musical intro for the YouTube. Well, we can do it. It's a 2-minute intro. Is that okay with you? I know you don't like long intros.
Oh, I don't give a damn, dude. I was just on mine was I gave you one and you had the whole thing for some reason. I already cut it down. No, I don't care, dude.
All right, so it's gonna be
start from scratch, man. As soon as I go live, you can start the music. That's when the recording will start.
2 minutes and 8 seconds. It's gonna start. Ready? You watching me?
No.
Watch my hands.
It's lag. I would need to start the stream first.
Fine, I'll do the real intro.
Happy New Year, fellas, boys and girls, geeks and gamers. This is Horseplay Live. Live, right? Today is Thursday, January 1st, and this is the first episode of the year 2015, episode 55. This is a super duper mad dope special community show you've been waiting for, guys. Live party chat hype up in here. Continue to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, chatting with the wonderful geeks about the shit show that was 2014, because we all had issues. Even shows that were near the end of the year were starting to shit out. But before we get all that, guys and gals, I'm always joined by my favorite bear lizard, everyone's favorite bear lizard, YogiZilla. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
2015 feels really good. This, to quote, I believe the quote for Douglas Adams is, "Yes, I think so, dude. This fits me quite nicely." I probably butchered the quote, but Hitchhikers fans can correct me later. But the late great Douglas Adams, Doctor Who writer and the author of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Good times. An atheist, but we'll forgive him for that. I mean, I respect all opinions. But anyway, yeah. 2014, fuck 2014, in the ear with a rusty penny. That's what I have to say about that.
Doesn't deserve to get fucked in the ear. That's a toe job.
It's a toe job. That's even worse. They get some toe cheese in there? Man. Scotty Daniels has arrived! Get to the chopper!
Now we do have. I do want to say this right off
I don't know what that was.
before we get started. When we were doing a pre-show, just to see if the sound was going to be working because we're actually on TeamSpeak and Skype. We just got Skype muted, and so we could have cameras, and then we got it so we can have TeamSpeak so everybody else can join. Well, we're like, all right, guys, here's the chat for TeamSpeak, which I'll put it again, and like within seconds, I mean, I had barely put it in there, and Fatal Blade was like, boom, he's in the waiting room, ready to go. So I'm gonna give props to you, man. He's right on time. He's even early.
Fatal Blades also helped me fix, he was very patient. I mean, there was a bunch of people in the chat, but we were going through it. We were doing a clap test to make sure that the clapping was syncing with the sound. At first, the desktop audio wasn't syncing. So you see me hit something with my sword, and then afterwards you hear the sword hit. And then the mic was off too, but it was off by a bunch different amount of frames. And everything was synced completely different directions. So I got the desktop audio synced, but then the mic was like off by like 6 seconds, and we finally got it to work. Get in the chopper! Do it now!
All right. Hey guys, let us know too about the sound throughout the show, just to make sure, because we do want to have a good sounding show for you guys, because that is one of our pet peeves, both of us, that the audio is magnificent. The last few weeks have been crazy, but we just want to make sure that we can make sure it's good for you guys. So make sure you guys give us feedback throughout the show as well. BFT9000, I know you're at work, dude. I would love to have you. We'll play some games here later this week and next week because you're working. But Yogi, I think you're being summoned in chess. Scotty Daniels, lol, Yogi. Smiley face.
Indeed, looking good. Everything's looking good on my side. I'm multitasking. But
now, first question to you, Yogi, and this is to everybody that's in chat already, live here. How was your New Year's, dude? I mean, give us a. I heard a little bit what was going on last night because I was with you. But
oh yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we rang in the New Year's. It was great because I started off doing a lot of streaming and finished up a video series for Secret of Mana, some retro stuff. It's one of the few games I'll actually finish on video. And I'm not a completionist, so that's a big feat. And that's supposed to be, I found out that's supposed to be like a 46-hour game if you count all the grinding. And then people were telling me, oh, it took you about 20 hours or so. It looks like I might be completing around 15, so that's not bad. The grinding, JRPGs. But yeah, then we went to I went to the allgames.com New Year countdown at 11 p.m. Eastern with Fred Rojas, aka Spider's Venom. That was fun. I was gonna call in, but I said let me not troll. And remember Fortengard? I said, Fortengard and I love Fortengard, but we can't exist in the same space because we're on completely opposite spectrums. Like he's, completely the opposite sides of the spectrum. Better yet, like he's all up.
That's how I thought me and him were at the beginning.
Yeah.
And no, we're pretty much on the same side.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy, but like one of the things that we bump heads on is the whole Gamergate thing, which we'll probably get into later.
Is he going crazy on that thing?
Yeah, like he's all about it, and it just proves the point. Gamergate is a amalgamation of like trolls and really angry, bitter people. But anyway, Scotty Dennis says he can't get into the chopper now because he's in the Geeky Antics stream. He won't be able to get to. Well, yeah, it probably won't fit in the chopper.
Chopper has TVs in the headrest that have Geeky Antics playing on it 24/7. So you can't.
That'd be
get
dope.
in the chopper.
I want that chopper.
Chopper. You can't even do it anymore.
Well,
I used to.
Scotty said that his New Year's Eve sucked, but see, this is my thing. So yeah, so I watched that. Then Spider's Venom did a post all games Twitch stream, and he played some Guilty Gear Xrd, which the name is stupid, but the game is good. Then he played some Wolfenstein. What's the new one? New Order, the new game that came out. Wolfenstein, right? Yeah, Wolfenstein. That's the proper way to say it. And what else? He did his own countdown because he's in Central Time, not Eastern. So he did 2 countdowns. Oh, I don't know, because you have the nice chopper, I guess, the nice chopper. But anyway, and then I watched you stream, and we hung out for like 3 or 4 hours, and I watched your wife play Hearthstone. That was cool, and then we played some games together. We played some Strife, we played some Smite. Well, we played a match of Strife, and they were like, "Yeah, let's play some Smite." I was like, okay, I get it. You're not in the mood.
I got on Strife today, okay, and I was changing all my buttons around, like to move your camera, to unlock your camera is L. No, there's no way. I have to put it on R.
I thought Y was the one you do to unlock your camera in League.
No, Y. Well, I rebind it to R.
But R is one of your ability powers.
Nope, that's my S.
What the hell?
I play all MOBAs AWSD.
Yeah, okay, because you like the.
Because I'm an MMO player.
So you like the WASD, gotcha.
So
the WASD.
My Q is like the my pincer, that's my pet ability.
Yeah.
Then my E is something else. It's like my my boost or something, and then my R is my lock on camera. But I have it all set now, so we can actually play. And I'm gonna be playing ranged. I like that guy.
Oh, range is great.
The guy I played last night, OP as fuck. I don't care.
Range is always my favorite, whether it's a caster or a mage or ADC type. I like range because it's nice to just be able to poke people and avoid taking a lot of damage yourself. Usually, right. But that character I was playing was pretty fun. But it was very Leroy Jenkins, just run in there and just get beat up. But we'll talk more about it later. But the way I look at it, this is how I feel. 2015 is going to be awesome because it can't be... Like, 2014 was so shit that nothing could possibly be worse than it.
Oh, don't say that shit, dude.
The only way...
Don't do that. No.
For me personally, the only way it could be worse is if, like, I was, like, walking to the mailbox and a meteor fell on me. But if it fell on me and I die instantly. That wouldn't be so bad. But it had to fall on my legs. And, like... I'd be left, like, I'll survive and have, like, no lower torso. I know there's a lot of people that have to deal with that. It's probably not something to joke about, but that'd be my luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yogi will what if anything to death. Just to let you know.
What if? I'm Mr. What If.
What if this happens? What if this? What if this?
I'm just saying.
What if a meteorite crashed into the earth? It didn't hit me, like, bluntly. It hit my legs, or it broke my ankles in half, so I had to have them chopped off. So I couldn't really walk, but I had full legs.
Oh, man.
But what if?
Oh, what if you had glow in the dark, like light up nails, but you can never control when they turn on. So you're trying to sleep, all of a sudden they light up really bright, and they're like, fuck. Like, it'd be really useful. Cause imagine if your nails lit up, then you wouldn't stub your toes half the time walking through the dark, right? That's really handy. But then, like, if it turns on the most awkward of time, like, you're trying to be a ninja, you know, and assassinate the dog that keeps eating your plants, all of a sudden, the light, you light up, and everybody sees you, it's like, I don't have a hammer, and I'm not about to hit this dog on the head. I'm kidding. I would never do that. You guys know I'm a sweetheart. I just make really off-color remarks. But it's part of the fun. This is a party chat tonight.
Woot.
Woot, yes. That was like super delayed. What the hell? Woot. That was like you're forcing out a fart. Apollo for the win. Apollo from was it the Rocky movies or Apollo like NASA Apollo? What happened to Zeddy? No one. Does anybody use Zeddy anymore?
Know.
Remember Zeddy?
If Scotty doesn't know, then he's just the dumbass.
Yo, that's true. If Scotty doesn't know, no one knows. But then again, Scotty didn't know the one thing he should have known about. Which is usually pretty obvious. Your girl is cheating. Not our Scotty, but in the song.
Well, if you go in there and some bits is a little bit wider, then you might have to say,
Oh, Smite Apollo. Derp. The one Apollo I should have thought about.
you noob.
I don't like him.
Were you referencing a Rocky movie? Really?
Yeah.
You didn't say nothing about Rocky either.
Well, it's just
nothing about Rocky.
I know, that's true.
Apollo from Rocky?
But
we're talking about Smite.
But this is a retrospective show. It's New Year, so we're going back in yesteryear and thinking about good times that have gone by and the good times that are ahead. You know, so it can happen. But I don't like Apollo that much. He's cool, but not my hero. Which is, it figures that the one guy you get the curse Apollo if you use curse voice to play Smite for 5 games. I think they stopped doing that though. He's cool, but not my cup of tea. That ultimate's pretty poop. He goes on a chariot. It takes him like 30 seconds, which feels like 30 years in MOBA time, to summon the chariot. Meanwhile, you're completely vulnerable, and it looks like you're just taking a crap on the ground. You're just like squatted down. Then you can summon the chariot, jump into it, and then you're riding around in it, but you can't really control it. It's kind of like on rails. It's really awkward. Scotty Daniels. Let me tell you some real stuff. Now, all jokes aside, relationships are great, but if you don't have one, I don't know what you believe in, but consider it a blessing in disguise. That means your time isn't now. There are benefits to that. People are like I tell the kids this, like, don't try to grow up fast. Marriage, you have plenty of time for serious relationships and marriage and kids and all that stuff. Enjoy your childhood. Enjoy being single while you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's certain things you can't do. I mean, there's pros and cons.
I mean, I wouldn't trade my kid and my wife for the world. I mean, half you guys have met her. If not yesterday, then before. Raginator, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. But yeah, I didn't lost what I was saying. Looking at chat.
What were you saying? I don't know. I was focusing on chat too. I was listening to you halfway. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
I don't know.
You're saying something about the meaning of life and Jello pudding pops, I think.
We did it, guys. We did it. 1 year of horsing around. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I left it on there.
We didn't take any, and you're glad I just said it, huh? Didn't take any sick days, guys. We were here 52 times, and that, well, 55 now. Weeks in a row. Now, we went through some weird technical bugs, some bad juju, but we're going to keep the hype going for the next few weeks or so. So you guys just, you know, it's a whole, you know how when somebody like takes off like government jobs, they take off from like the first, like the Monday before Christmas.
Yeah.
And then they take off the week after New Year's, so they have like 3 weeks off. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna not take 3 weeks off, but we're gonna just do 3 or 4 weeks of party. Sorry, guys.
I like it.
But if you are new to this show, Welcome to our awesome party!
Woo!
HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play, and 9 times out of 10 get in trouble too. We are the flag, or I get in Yogi's trouble. We are the flagship show, talk radio show for Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with allgames.com, which our show covers the aspects of geek culture, social, wow, I just like to get the line, geek culture with a special focus on indie games, indie strategy games, technology, social issues that geeks face, and of course community events. But don't forget, we rant with the pros. We are pro ranters as well. So if you guys want to hear something and ranted about it, we're really confident in what we're ranting about. Yogi will go on for hours if you let him.
Really?
Yeah,
Do I?
You will. Yeah. Well, maybe not. I won't let you go on for hours here.
Well, and another thing I want to point out is that we are an interactive show. Though people don't really use the word interactive anymore. It still applies. I guess social replaced interactive, but it's the same idea. But we're live, and we're late night. So that combination means that we're pretty much raw, uncut, and potentially offensive to some. Anything can happen. But that said, I promise that we will make the best efforts to consider all sides and feelings. But at the end of the day, we hope everyone can just let loose, have fun, and not take everything too seriously. Yeah. That's my ABC feel good after school special moment.
And then for me, if we do hurt your feelings and you just can't get over it, then you have a butt pad. If it hurts your butt that much, you're going to be hurting a lot.
Adult diapers.
Yes. Wait, I didn't say nothing about adult diapers. Okay.
My family's being really loud in the background. I don't know if you can hear them.
No, I think so, but my mic is, for some reason, it's not wanting to cooperate today.
The more you know, exactly.
It's like it's really low, but when I
Tiger Claw in the
anything,
house.
when I don't say anything, it's still key. Like I can hear like the littlest. I don't know. It was stupid.
Well, tell everybody more about the show. I'm gonna mute myself briefly because they're being cray out there. I'll be right back.
We're gonna go. All right, as Yogi's gonna tell everybody to shut up here. Yes, we are also love collaborating and shouting out all our fellow geeks. So if you mention us, let us know. We'll return the love, guys. We really do. And if you have somebody that you think deserves a shout out, give us the name. We'll shout them out. Just because we love doing that. The more collaboration means the more friends that we meet, which in turn mean the more people that want to watch us. Isn't that what streamers do? They want people to watch you.
Oh no! I want to stream and have 0 viewers. I want to have negative viewers.
Okay, all right. As he didn't hold on to what he said he was going to do and mute himself. HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific on Twitch channels Geeky Antics and YogiZilla. HorsePLAY Replay is also available earlier on Thursdays at around 5 p.m.-ish Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. And that's on allgames.com. Just go ahead, go to allgames.com and hit chat, live/chat, and we'll be right there. But to get on with it, just to get everything started, tonight on the show, we're going to be trying something a little bit new today, guys. There will be some light news, and then we'll dig into old party chat. There will be some technical hiccups, so sit tight. I'm not going to say there's not going to be any, but I'm not going to say there's going to be. So just bear with us. We're trying some new stuff here so we can actually get more people involved because we want to have you guys in. So we want you guys to share your opinions and have fun with us.
Indeed.
For some little bit of news, Yog?
Yeah, let's do it. So, Happy New Year, gay guys. Again, I said a gay. Wow. What did I put in that egg now? Woo! But, yeah, I think it's important to just get into the spirit of the new year, no matter where you're at in life. But we'll get more into that later. That's gonna be a recurring theme. It's gonna be a feel-good episode. Yeah. But all right. So first news item, and we only have like 3 items. This I promise. The first news item is about a compliance officer for BitInstant.com, I believe the site is, got sentenced to 2 years in prison. I find this interesting because there's a lot of people jumping onto Bitcoin, thinking it's gonna be, the next big thing. So you have to think about it. With this guy going to prison for 2 years, that's not a short sentence. It's not like a slap on the wrist, like 3 years, and then you get out on probation or parole, whatever. Nope, 2 years. He probably got out on parole though. He'd probably serve it, community service or whatever. But whatever, it'll be like a white collar prison where they serve him filet mignon, with our tax dollars. But
that's not what they eat in prison.
Well, in the white collar
Just
prison,
curious.
I think in a white collar prison they eat better than we do. Well, at least that I do.
Yeah, probably me too.
Yeah, I know some people that's like, I'd rather be inside it because it's actually better. 3 square meals a day. You got a nice fitness center and a huge library. I'm like, damn, and you got cable? I don't even have that. Anywho, and they train you with job skills. Yay! But all that aside, it makes you wonder: is it time to abandon the virtual currency trade? Just gotta be careful. Be careful. There are trolls in here. Uh oh.
No, he goes. I don't complain unless there is trolls in here, and then I just.
Yeah, I see what's going on.
This grammar.
And then we got the sarcastic comment. Is it Yogi? I have troll feet.
Yes.
I have hairy knuckles.
Is troll, guys. Welcome. You guys finally. It only took you guys a year to figure out Yogi is the troll of this show.
Yeah, even Amazon accepts Bitcoin, but it's gonna keep taking hits because of its roots in the darknet. Yeah. It's probably going to stick around, but, I can see why people, are taking to it, because the thing is, the problem is that eventually the U.S. government eventually is going to step in and regulate it, because there's a law. I remember reading it from a legitimate, like a .gov website, not like a third-party website, and there's a law in the books where you cannot print your own money. But it's not said specifically that way. It's more like you cannot issue your own currency. So basically, this really treads that thin line. It's the same reason that I think Microsoft no longer sells Microsoft points. Now you just buy straight up credits in dollar amounts or whatever currency in your country. Because with virtual currency, it's like you're cutting your own money. But anyway, we'll see how that comes along. Raging has said, remember the troll toys from the 80s? Oh, those were freaking huge. Oh my god, with the crazy hair, yep. But, what else we have? PlayStation Network is offering a one-time $10 coupon off any cart purchase. And I think it's a single purchase in their online. It has to be an online store. And then, I don't know the full details, but it's an apology for their recent downtime. So, because they took longer than Xbox Live to come back online. Just going to put that out there. And also, for those that are listening live, there are a few hours left on the Steam Holiday Sale. This is the Encore Sale. So, usually, the Steam Holiday Sale ends, last day of December or whatever. But this is going on. So January 2nd is when the sales end at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, and if you just happen to have the Christmas spirit still in your brain and still in your body, Obi-Wan X2 will be glad to receive any donations for games or anything like that. This is the time where we're waiting for this all year, guys, and we're both broke when the sale comes.
Yeah, it's like, man, I got some money burning a hole in my pocket. Steam sale.
Really nice sales.
They do have some really nice sales, and
Dan, the man, Farina.
Indeed. Look at that. We got a full crowd up in here today.
Into his house.
Awesome. But yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. That's all the news. I told you it was short. So do we have anyone that I didn't check the team speak. Do we have anyone in here yet?
Yes, we have Fatal Blades in TeamSpeak here. I'm gonna bring him into the channel. Fatal, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Woohoo!
Welcome to HorsePLAY Live.
He's as sexy as he sounds in the chat.
A killer.
That what?
That Twitch delay, it's got, like, I was still listening, and all of a sudden, I could hear both ends.
Oh. I've actually found out how to lower down. At one point, I had the Twitch delay down to like 10 to 15 seconds, but a lot of that comes from Twitch servers because of that their transcoders and their forced delay. People think it's OBS. OBS puts a little delay, but it's all service side. No fun fact. The people were like, there's this lie going around. It's like, well, if you have an NVIDIA and a really good computer, you can use ShadowPlay and there'll be zero delay. Maybe in Make Believe Land where there's sugar plums and candy cane slides. You know.
Yeah.
Oh man, Lord Rakdos is actually gonna make me actually start looking. Cause he's like, well, what about anything under 8? Oh man. As many Worms games as you can get me. Like Worms Armageddon, Worms Reloaded. Yes, those are awesome. The video stream is lagging hard for you.
Uh-oh. Obi broke it.
I didn't do anything to it.
Dun dun dun. So guys, this is Geeks well, Obi figured it out. This is Geeks Engage. Geeks Engage. I don't, you know, I gotta do it properly. I gotta do Obi's
I
thing.
got you, buddy.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is really sad when I have to cover for him again, but we're gonna do it. Engage.
BFT has the skin.
Kind of whack, but anyway.
No, I like it. It's good. We'll go with it. But BFT has the realist assessment of ShadowPlay. Said he wasn't a fan of ShadowPlay for streaming, but it's great for regular capture, though. So there you go. I just like.
Never heard of. Sorry, Raginator. I want worms. You never heard of anybody wants worms.
Oh my god. Yeah. So anyway, Geeks Engaged is when we share with you guys ways that you can interact with our show, because this is an interactive show, and it's about as much about us as it is about you, and vice versa. That sounds better if I said about, yeah, whatever. You get the point. Horse before the carriage, carriage before the horse. Who cares?
Yeah, bro.
But before we get into tonight's discussions, we'll introduce the people that are on TeamSpeak little by little. We have Fatal Blades, and that's it for now. And
but you guys can check it out. The
chat.
TeamSpeak info is in the chat.
Yes.
Prometheum.typefrag.com. For those that are listening to the podcast, I'm not gonna say the last number. So it'll be live to be in TeamSpeak. Thank you. But for those that can't be live and want to be in TeamSpeak, that's me. Tapeworms? No, I don't want tapeworms. Great for weight loss.
Yeah,
because they're flat.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be worth it. Like, I don't care how badly you want to lose weight, having a itchy butthole all the time. No, I'm the kind of person that has to like wet wipe and dry wipe. You know, because I don't like feeling any kind of residual. It's just gross. Like when you feel a little
more than once.
Yeah, like ugh. No, can you imagine having that feeling constantly? Like, did I get every spot? Ugh, no. There's just some things I can't handle.
Then you get a wipey because you're like, oh, I just need to make sure. And then you got to re-dry wipe again because your butt's wet now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you can't win for losing.
Fuck. And then when you dry wipe again, you're like, oh man, there's some more poop on there. I still see it. I got to do it again.
Yeah.
Why we're talking about wiping our butts, we don't know.
It's been a podcast thing. I've noticed, and it's not just us. It's been like global.
What do you think?
Whether they have predominantly women on the show or men, it doesn't matter, and it's not a broadcast thing, so I don't want to hear that. But it's just like poop stories are like the thing. It's like coming out of the closet with the poop stories. Like, apparently, now they have this thing for people. Constipation is a really big thing that people are coming out about because it's a problem no one talks about. It's serious because you could get it can lead to cancer if you get buildup in your intestine or all this stuff. You know, if you don't go properly, it can lead to death. Yep. There's people that pass out of nowhere because they haven't gone properly. They pass out, like literally pass out. I've heard of all kinds of stuff. I forget what the condition is called for that, but they black out. But they have a thing for adults that helps you prop up your feet and poop in the natural position so that you don't, everything goes straight. You line up your colon properly and you're not pushing as much and you're not causing hemorrhoids. And I'm like, wow, that's a thing. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a childbirth chair basically to properly use the bathroom.
Yes. For everyone, regardless of your age.
Wow.
Yep.
Chat Raginator is saying in chat, I wonder if there's a game called Herpes and if anybody can buy herpes. Wait, there's a game called, if anybody would be crazy enough to ant herpes. There is a game like that, so to speak. It's where you're actually like antibiotics and you have like 3 little dudes and they look like aliens and you actually go into a chick through her blood cells, and then she has sex one night. Oh, she got the herpes, so you have to go in there as an antibiotic, as something that has a bunch of guns that can kill specific diseases, and go kill them. And like, if you're like, the funniest one is when you're spermicide.
Oh my God!
You gotta block the waves of sperm coming at you.
Oh my gosh, you just reminded me of a game.
It's a game, I know. Somebody was streaming it a couple weeks ago.
Obi, you reminded me of a good game, like all jokes aside. It's not a pun. There was a game back in the 8-bit, maybe 16-bit era, where you were a sort of space marine, but you were equipped with antiviral weapons, and there was a living virus that was like a giant alien replicating and eating up the ship and killing everybody on the ship. And you have to destroy the strains of the virus while dodging it and not getting infected yourself. Like, it's really weird, but it's actually really cool the way to do it. I know that exists, but I forget what it's called now. Damn it! For future Retro Friday, that's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna research this. I'm not making this up, I swear. All right.
Well, it would sound like that I'm making it up, but I seen it on stream. It was serious. Like, he had it was like General blah blah, and he looked like a little alien guy, but it was like he was like an antibiotic. You know, antibiotics, they're like, you look at the commercials, they're like, C tablet, and they have these big strong guys that are doing, trying to knock out your, the bad shit in your body. It's just like that. And then they got guns, and then once you get gonorrhea, you can get syphilis. They actually have different guns that can kill that disease.
Oh my God.
Really, dude, it's really nasty. It's funny. It's like what is it, het tie? Almost, you could consider it, because it's not that anyway. It's not people having sex. It's actually the chick in the game's already had sex, but you're the antivirus that has to go kill the shit that she just got from doing it.
Oh my God. It's like,
that's terrible. I envision this as like,
I'm looking it up right now.
Where Stewie is shooting sperm as an X-wing fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, that's terrible. Like, it's like tentacle porn, hentai, the aftermath.
Kinda.
All the bad parts, none of the good parts, I guess. Like the person that had to clean up the mess. Oh God.
That gives a whole new meaning to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh. Why is my seat sticky?
I hate that game. It scares me.
That game is very well done. I like the way they have the kind of fish lens thing going on. That's pretty cool. The little fishbowl lens. Very well done. Has
anybody figured that game out yet?
It's a pain in the ass. I literally spent like the first 30 minutes in the very first room. After I listened to the phone call explaining like what my job entails, I'm like, okay, how do I move? All right, I'm going through cameras. All right, you see different cameras, creepy little animatronics. All right, dark hallways. Okay, and now what? And then no, and then and I think okay, exit. I get it there. I'm like pressing every button on the keyboard. I'm clicking the mouse, the guitar. And I'm like, and nothing happened. I'm like, whatever. I'll come back to this later. But I've watched people play it, and it's entertaining. But for those that can't join us live and listening to us on the audio feed on iTunes, Stitcher, AllGames.com, wherever you are, or maybe you're watching us on YouTube, you could keep the conversation going by sending some tweets. Obi's at Obi1X2. I'm at Yogizilla, at Yogizilla. And then there's the Geeky Antics tweet. The Twitters. At Geeky Antics, tweet. I can't talk tonight. So, yeah. And do you have a Twitter, Fatal?
Yeah, it's Fatal Blades, but I imagine that right now hashtag tweet is probably going to start trending off that.
That'd be good. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Hashtag tweet. I didn't even tweet tonight. I didn't tweet out tonight. I was like, nah. We're just going to get... I was too hyped to even go on social media. Because I was scared I might see some like Gamergate stuff and like it would just be a Debbie Downer moment. Like, I'm hyped. Gamergate.
Oh
everybody dies.
Shit, dude.
It's like all depressing stuff. We'll get into that because we're gonna talk about the 2014 a year, the retrospective, and kind of reminisce a little bit and talk about what we hated about the year and what we loved and all that stuff. But also, the best way to experience the shenanigans is via the live chat hub on Geeky Antics, the Geeky Antics channels on Twitch, and we also have the geekyantics.net. I got the channel. We feature the Geeky Antics channel and a lot of our stream team members on the front page. We also have a video section where we have a chat room. We're going to set up a shout box. We have little places where you can leave comments, and there's lots of stuff you can do. We even have a leaderboard. You can get achievements, you know, set up your own profile, make friends. It's like a social network, but not everyone's spamming you to join their Candy Saga team or their Pet Saga or their whatever game people are inviting you to do every freaking hour on the freaking hour and it's like poopity poop. Okay. But yeah, that's how you connect with us. So we need more people in here so we can have a big chat. We're about to have the big roundtable discussion. Let's get that put that info back in there. Or be the TeamSpeak for people that missed it. Please?
I did.
When you do it? Oh, there you go. Oh, that's quick. I tabbed over for a second, and it was brand new right there. I blinked, done. You don't waste time, man. So, guys,
What she said.
we're almost done with the usual segments, and then we're just gonna free ball and have some roundtable discussion and just have a good old time.
I can take my pants off.
Not like that.
Wait. Oh.
And free ball is our thing, Obi. You can't use that on the Sunday Dose. That's our thing. That's the horseplay thing. I heard you say it on Sunday Dose. I think, oh, you use our brands on Sunday Dose. We're gonna free ball it. Like, no, that's a horseplay thing.
No, hold on. Well, you use some of my shit on your show, so you just need to stop altogether then. How's that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, shots fired.
Shots fired. I have no witty remark there. I actually feel way too nice. It actually suddenly got hotter in this room because of the eggnog. I put quite a bit of rum in there, and it's finally hitting me. So anyway, while Obi's about to die of a heart attack, man crushes and geek girls. Ah, I beat you to it, you fucker. Take that. So this is where we share. I know you were forward about to do it. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother to get the picture. I'm just gonna do it. You're with the list. Yeah, he still did it. So this is where we share our favorite man, Christian, and geek girls of the week. Janelle's not here yet. She's still kind of getting used to the new year, and I know everybody misses her. We're gonna just tweet her, tell her, look, we like having you on the podcast. It's fun because you're not distracted by video games. We get to listen to you laugh, and it's a different experience. I know you guys can watch her on the stream, and definitely do that. Janelle No 5 on Twitch, but we're gonna get her back on the show on a regular basis again. because she is part of the HorsePLAY family and the gang, the Geeky Antics crew. This is where, where we share our man crushes and geek girls of the week. And if you want to be a guest or suggest your favorite man crushes and geek girls, contact us via the Twitters, the All Games, and our official gang site, Geeky Antics Network. We'd love to hang out with you. And that's it. That's the obligatory plug. So, without further delay, let's share our geeks of the week. Where we plug not just streamers, guys, but we talk about game designers, podcasters, authors, any kind of geek that we love. Everybody. And that's just streamers. We just happen to lean towards the streamers a lot because we're in that ecosystem right now. So, Obi, you want to start it off?
I do.
Okay.
And this is going to sound like I'm, being selfish, but I am going to be first of the year. My geek of the week is Fifila. Not because she's my wife or not because anything like that, but for the fact that she got on there last night and streamed some Hearthstone and got on there and just played, had fun. There was people talking shit, oh, you're this and you're that and you're this, and she just said, you know what, okay, tell me something I don't know, have a great day. They left. I mean, so, that makes me, and yes, she's my wife, so I'm kind of a little biased, but, I mean, that makes me proud of her that she could just go. And that, that makes it, if somebody can, get their shit talked to about like that, and then they just blow it off. That's a geek to me. Well, and I'm proud of her that she just didn't take it seriously and just brushed it off her shoulder.
No, I was really impressed.
Kind of stingy today.
The way she handled it was really good because
I'd have to lit that motherfucker up.
You what, bitch? I'm gonna fuck you up.
This is the way I look at it. The more you get trolled, the bigger you've gotten.
And she puts up with the beard.
Oh, yeah.
Well said, Tiger. Well said.
But that's the thing. Like, if you do anything where not so much popularity, but visibility is important. The more visible you become, the more your brand grows, the more you're gonna attract the trolls. Because there's a lot of haters out there, and of course, being a woman. There's a lot of hate about female streamers because
Before you were in there, they were like, "Hey, show us your tits."
Oh, I was there the whole time. I saw that. I saw all of that.
I was like, no.
No. I saw all of that, and then they were like criticizing the quality of the stream and the audio levels and all this stuff. It's like, wow, they was just pulling stuff out of nowhere.
She happened to be streaming when I needed to restart before we started. So that's nothing that to do with her. It was all me.
But
if you guys have been paying attention to what I'm doing this week, I've been trying to stream a lot more to get everything settled. But yeah, that's still my fault.
Well, yeah, but still, the point is there's a proper way.
About it.
Exactly, there's a proper way to bring it up, and then people don't know. A lot of people don't understand the difference between constructive criticism and just being a plain troll. Going into someone's channel or whether it's Twitch or it's YouTube and saying, man, this quality is shit, doesn't help the person improve it. All it shows that you're just... Yeah, exactly. All it shows is that you're a miserable person. But you say, hey, I love the video, but there was a little bit of screen tearing and the audio's out of sync. Cool. Thank you for that. I actually missed that.
What to do to fix that. Thank you very much,
Yeah, it's like, that might be something that the person missed, So, so Gamergate comes to Twitch. Yeah, with all the mouth garbage. Exactly. Hashtag Gamergate. Where anytime you want to see people at their worst, just look at that. Ugh, the underbelly of the internet. Anywho, my pick is Spider's Venom, who I just talked about earlier in the show. And a lot of people are already saying there's a lot of plugs in the show. This is a community show, so we talk about the community heavily and. The people that we appreciate. But we're going to get to our feature discussion soon here. But I like Spider's Venom. He does a lot of retro stuff. He's also doing a lot of the current gen stuff. And he's just a good guy. And he's sarcastic as hell. Sometimes he comes off as a douchebag, but he's actually a really good guy. And anytime you ask him for help, he's always willing to do whatever he can and go in the trenches with you. He's a good guy. So, usually at this point... What?
Lord Rakdos sees like all the plugs.
Yeah.
Make sure that when we spend the next 15 minutes and we plug him next time, like we did last week, we'll make sure we don't do it no more for you, sir.
Yeah, we did shout him out last week.
Like
But
15 minutes worth.
usually we also do the shout outs and love, but we're gonna skip that one. There's lots of great podcasts we love. Most of them are allgames.com and Geeky Antics Network. So there you go. We cut it down, but we did hit. We were number 15 on the allgames.com charts last week. We just barely made it in, but it's holiday season, so again. And next week might not be much better either because I forgot to like put all 10 computers on the feed. Damn it! Because I know you barely put it on. I text you, I'm like, oh, press play on the feed, and it's like
I play it every week.
3 hours later, it's like, oh, sorry, I was bowling. Lols. Oh, sorry, I was playing CS:GO.
No.
Obi's been gone for a while. He's playing CS:GO. I log in, playing CS:GO. Anyway, Fatal, do you have anyone you want to shout out? A man crush or a geek girl?
Actually, I've got probably like one of each.
Okay.
As far as like geek girl, Ink Queen. For like a good 2 years, I've followed Miss Ink Queen. She does a lot of Call of Duty style things, and she's just really nice, really active to the community, and handles trolls in new and interesting ways. So
that's always fun.
Yeah, I gotta give her some props. I've seen her do some pretty ridiculous stuff. As far as man crush, I always watch a lot of like smaller streams. I love the smaller kind of community. Seem like you get some of the better groups, and I'd have to say probably Bro Knives. Matt is amazing at what he does. He's got a small following, but he's loyal to every one of them. So
nice. That's what's up, man. So yeah, feel free to link in the chat so people can see. And and Lord Rockdale says, my geek of the week is it's spoiler season for MTG. So much awesome stuff. Yeah. $6 for the Magic Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014 bundle. All the DLCs and the base game for like $6.27.
No more.
What?
I don't want to talk about it no more.
You don't like Magic though, do you?
No, the Steam in general.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's not delay any longer. We hope we get some more people in here because we want to get a little more roundtable discussion, or else Opie and I are gonna rant. But we're excited about the new year. Like we joke around, and I hope everybody knows we're not salty dogs. We joke around. It's just for entertainment. But we're really excited about Sound 50. I'm stoked. But it's it's time for our feature discussion, our retrospectives and roundtable discussions. So we got a bunch. Yeah, thanks, Obi. That's a good sound bit. That's very good. We got a bunch of topics to bring in the new year, and I hope we can make it through. Actually, cut down the list. There's gonna be a lot more, but a lot of these are worth talking about. I know there's gonna be tangents, so we have plenty of time to do that. So we have a bunch of people in the chat, and we got Fatal here and TeamSpeak so far. We'll try to keep it short for each part, and we'll come back to them if anything. And yes, I apologize in advance because keeping it short is not my thing. But BFT says, but Steam helped the trains go choo-choo. Aww. Scotty Daly, that's not true. You have lots to be stoked about. You have friends right here in the chat. And good times can be had anytime you want. I gotta say, I know Link said it like kind of off the record, talking about like the kind of community that Twitch is. So I think that's gonna be one of our first topics, because a lot of people have this. I'm not gonna quote anybody. Link kind of talked about it a little bit. I'm not gonna say exactly what he said, but a lot of people have been saying the same thing. Like the Twitch community is very unique in that it's really become very little about the games, and it's more about the people and the connections you make. And it shows because sometimes you have like a 30-second window, maybe 2 minutes if you're lucky, to make a good impression. And people either stick around or they don't. And if they stick around, do they say something? And it's not. And, it's easy to get discouraged. Sometimes I feel like, did I do something wrong? Did I not respond to them fast enough? People understand. You're playing the game. You're not constantly looking at the chat every single second. But there's still people that feel like you have to respond right away. But it's just a magical thing that happens. It's like people, whether you call it serendipity or fate or the great power that is whatever you believe in. I think there's something magical there, like where you make connections. And so people have been saying that on Twitch there's a lot of lonely hearts, and I kind of believe that. I think there's a lot of us have like an emptiness, a void of some sort, and we find a way to fill that in Twitch. And I don't mean like some people will take it to an extreme and say, oh well, it's a bunch of losers and depressed people. That might be true sometimes. I mean, I've fallen to depression. I won't lie. At times, it's tough when you have the pressure of family and people dying. Oh, thanks, Obi. I'm having a real honest moment here. Obi can't handle the feels. He has to sing.
I can't. Rageinator, welcome. Two teams speaking into the show.
Those are the crushes. What? Oh, okay.
I don't have any feelings, man. I had the last few feelings. Got hurt, a few years ago. So those are it, man. Feelings don't grow back.
Oh.
Like money that grows on trees or anything.
Well, see, that's the thing. We say that, but everybody deep down inside yearns for human connection in different ways. Not like that. Stop. Come on. Stop it. Whatever, you little kids. Hey, intimacy. You said intimacy. We're gonna get intimate.
He said it, but.
Touching the butts. But, no.
Pee pee.
I can't think so to push to talk. Sorry, my bad.
That was great. But
It's okay now, don't you? No.
But we got a lot of people. Lord Recto says his shout out goes to Mr. Bo Jenkins, Mr._Bo_Jenkins, and Mr's MR, not the whole word, and Chikari 2010. They're a very cool set of streamers. Streamers that strip are streamers. There you go, new word. Urban Dictionary it. I.e. they're a couple that normally play multiplayer games. Oh, that's cool. Effing autocorrect. Yeah. Are you on a tablet? I hate using Twitch on a tablet. I wrote a whole paragraph on Twitch, and it ended up on a tablet on a stupid app, and it ended up making it. Apple's the worst because it thinks it knows your thoughts better than you do. No, that's not really what you want to do. This is what you want to do. But anyway, the whole paragraph ended up being something about me wearing a dolphin hat and kicking around socks and fart knockers. I'm like, what? That's nothing like what I said. That doesn't make sense. And an onion pellet. I was wearing an onion pellet, apparently. I don't even know what that is. But I hit submit because you something you type fast, and I say, no, I look like an idiot. So and then the people reading on a chat, they're like, dolphin hat? Is that cruelty free? Damn it! Once it's out there, kids, you can't take it back. No take backs.
BFT, I appreciate that. Only feelings Obi has left is in his beard. Not matter how many times he cuts it, it always comes back.
That's not true. Obi's a hard candy. He's hard on the outside, but he's a softy on the inside. He has this soft, creamy center. The day I die of a heart attack, which may be sooner than later, Obi will miss me. He'll miss
That
me.
means I have to go down to fucking Georgia. Don't die, please.
I'll try not to stress out too much. You've seen my family in action. It's like, okay, you're up here.
Yeah,
let's
that
bring
was
it down.
crazy earlier, dude. She was like, I was like, damn.
Yeah, and that's what the guests, the family are like hardcore. Ugh. I love them to death though. I joke around a lot.
I'm not ever coming to see you.
It might be safer for your help.
But like, look at that white boy coming up into our house.
Do you not realize?
Yes, I know your family's white.
Yeah, we're mixed. We're freaking mutts.
Yeah.
We represent every freaking banner of minority possible. Well, that's another thing too. Like,
That's the problem. You're not the minority anymore. I am.
oh, it's true. Well, I'm not gonna get into that because that's a whole other skill. Maybe we'll come back to that. But you know, I like the whole thought about, because I really feel that the thing that makes Twitch special. Because I have to admit, when I first thought about it, like years ago, when I first saw it pop up, you know, I was like, why would people want to watch other people play games live? Because they're gonna be so engulfed in the game that they're not gonna really pay attention to the chat. So what's the point? You know, watch them drool, and there are a lot of streamers that do that. You see them, and they're just sitting there. They got a full chat, 40 people, 100 people in there. They're like, like okay, but I mean, it's something for everyone. But I think the thing is that makes it so special is that you make friends, and you know, I don't mean like friends like. I don't make any pretense. I don't fool myself into thinking that I'm gonna like anytime go, hey guys, can I borrow $100? You know, okay, can I buy some sugar? You know, it's not that kind of thing. But people that you know, slowly but surely you start confiding in and forming that bond with, and that's something magical, I think. So, I think that's really what Twitch is about, is those relationships. The games are a vehicle for that. Anyway, I'm rambling on. What do you think about that, Blades? Do you prefer Blades or Fatal?
Either or, man. I'm not even picky about it.
Alright.
I mean, Twitch, like, when I first started watching Twitch, I kind of had that same feeling. It was like, well, this could be really awesome. It could be a big revolutionary thing, or this could be something that is gonna just bore everybody to death. But I see it like it feels like it brings together a lot of communities, and that's one of the very big positives, I think, when I see people who are like streaming on certain games, and maybe the game's not that popular, but 100, 200 people who probably never would have run into each other can watch someone stream or see like the top 10 players in that game play it and talk about it and actually just get that interaction. I think it adds more of a social aspect to something that took a lot of hits for being not social. Like, everyone just thought geeks stay in their basement and, you know, they play on their computers and they never talk to anyone. Well, everyone's getting out. You see chat. Everybody's now communicating, and it's kind of brought everything together.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the things the recurring themes I've been seeing tracking Gamergate, the reason we can bring it up, it was a big part of 2014, love it or hate it, but there's still folks out there, there's anti-gamer sentiment, and there's people that are like, still hold on to that thing where games are for kids. Now, I won't ever date someone that plays video games, it's so childish. Like, really? Like, do you not realize how massive it's become? Practically everyone plays a game of some sort. And if you play a video game, you're a gamer. Even the us filthy casuals, yes.
Well, the thing is, look at it this way. Video games, as we know it, have really been around for roughly about 40 years, give or take. Now, compare and contrast that to stuff like, Monopoly and Shoots Ladders and any other board game that you think of. Those have been, around a whole lot longer. That being said, there's a whole lot more people that grew up with games like Monopoly and whatnot. And because of that, games like that have more acceptance. It's really our generation, and younger that are they're the ones that really first started growing up with video games. And unfortunately, at least during the 80s and whatnot, especially as video games were starting to come back from the crash of 83 and 84, they were initially marketed as toys for kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that kind of stuck with, stuck in the minds of the older generations, the baby boomers, the greatest generation. So that's naturally what they're going to think about. Find out with the fact that they grew up with themselves. So, so kind of take that with a grain of salt. I'm willing to bet that, probably in a few years' time, when our generation has kids of our own, and they start getting older, like 10 years old, teenagers, so on and so forth. They're going to have stuff out there that we didn't grow up with, and we're just not going to get, just like, the baby boomers and so on and so forth.
Right.
Didn't grow up with it, they didn't get, so.
Well, you made a lot of good points. Rachel, when did you sneak in here? I didn't even see when you joined in the thingy, in the TeamSpeak. I was like, wait a minute, that's not Fatal, and that's not Obi.
Oh, I've been here for a few minutes. I just keep on forgetting that I have to push this down the button to talk. I'm still kind of used to it. Open mic.
You ninja, you. Well, so you brought up a lot of good things. One of the things that's surprising about it is you would think it's the baby boomers and the older generations that don't get gaming, but they are actually, there's more folks playing video games in those demographics. There's people that are in their 20-somethings, 30-somethings, 40-somethings right now that don't get games, and they grew up with it. That's the part that's mind-boggling. There's this still a stigma, but actually, I feel like gaming as a whole has become so pervasive. Even tabletop gaming is coming back in a big way. I feel like it's so pervasive now that the people that don't play games at all are in the minority now. They're the weirdos. Because to me, it's like, if I meet someone and they don't play any, like even a Facebook game or a mobile game, I'm like, that's a little weird.
My dad.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. If I could get him, because he's dedicated to one cause, so that's all he sees. And I can appreciate it.
But he's still a geek because he still does a podcast.
That's true.
On a Geek Antics network called Gang.
Indeed. I like how you work that plug in.
Sundays at 2 p.m.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, see that? See, that actually works. The promotion. Now you're really gonna make it seem like we're just a plug show. We just plug everyone else and ourselves. No, but we do more than that. We're having some good conversation right now. So, I think it's funny that people have this weird thing against gamers. And I guess ignorance is always going to run rampant no matter what, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Now, of course, you could say that gamers are the ones, this kind of degrees of separation. You have the casual gamers and I guess the lifestyle gamers, and within that is casual and hardcore and everything in between. And I think that's fair enough, because there's people that might play games but they wouldn't consider themselves a gamer. Alright, that's fair enough. But I also find it silly when there's comparisons between the types of gamers, and there's a sort of elitism, oh, you don't really play games, you're a filthy casual, you only logged in 100 hours into that game. You only got 10% of the achievements.
Right. Stan said it too. If you count Facebook games, then the baby boomers are gaming massively.
Oh, yeah.
They massively game every single day.
I know people in their 50s to 70s, even 80s that play games, My grandmother is in her 90s. She plays video games. I remember her playing Pinbot on the NES. I put her onto that. She loved that thing with the crappy-ass voice audio. It's I forgot I used to say, it was I am your mama. Something stupid. I'm
now
I own you. The Pinbot would troll you. And it's what did you say? I can't understand that really fuzzy 8-bit audio sample.
Yes, everybody. That is official. Everybody has seen my nuts. If you're listening to the podcast, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. That's why you need to come to the live show. Okay.
Now, one thing just to kind of go with what Rage was talking about is there's actually historical precedents kind of behind this theory. If you look at radio or TV, big movies, kind of the main staples of what we consider media now, they've always gone through kind of a hazing period, and I think that's kind of where video games are, where people said, oh, well, it's radio, you can hear people, it probably won't catch on, it's a novelty. And TV did the same thing. I think that's kind of where we're at with gaming. The indie developers are starting to come through, it's starting to become more acceptable, but people still go, well, that's for the kids, or that's, it's still just, it isn't widely accepted as media, no matter how they're trying to push it. Because, like, with the consoles getting, TV apps, and you can stream all these different things. As time goes, I think we'll see it more socially acknowledged as a media staple.
Yeah, not only that, but I think I learned in a psychology class back when I was in college many years ago. Generally speaking, people don't understand stuff that they didn't necessarily grow up with. If people don't understand something, they fear it. If people fear something, they attack it. Like you just said, people attack TV when that first came out. People attacked radio when that first came out. Comics, every so often, starting with the 50s, they were attacked. Elvis, he was attacked, because he, swung his hips and all that. Yeah, by today's standards, that's kind of mild, but, there was a big brouhaha over that. There's a brouhaha over Beatles, the telephone. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. And like I said before, chances are when we have kids and they get a little bit older, they're going to come across stuff that we didn't grow up with, and we're probably going to go through the same behavior as all the generations do with all the other stuff that we listed before.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is, though, as far as the growth rate, the video game industry has grown rapidly. That's why you see a lot of people, traditional actors, coming over to video games, because they say it themselves. I think it was Kiefer Sutherland that said that the reason he's doing more video game voice acting than anything else is because it's a growing market that's constantly innovating and pushing the envelope. And as much as we complain, about how there's a lot of regurgitated crap, there is a lot of innovation, especially when you go beyond the main developers and studios and go to some of the more fringe developers. Whereas TV and radio, everything else, all of the facets of entertainment are pretty stale right about now. They're just kind of, we joke around about the freaking video game remasters and the HD, versions and remixes, the constant ports, right? That's all television and the movies have been doing for a long time. I doubt you really could find original ideas in those spaces anymore. But we still eat it up. So, the video game industry, I don't see it as in any kind of danger, unlike movies, television, radio. That's why, radio is a little different, because radio is kind of changing over to digital, and that's why podcasting is growing slowly but surely. That's a whole different kind of beast. But it's very interesting that people that are not in the know, they close their mind off to it. It's kind of like when you try to introduce a friend to sushi and you tell them what it is, they're like, that sounds disgusting, and they won't even try it. But I'm sure that if you just gave them some, they just ate it blind without even looking at it or realizing what it was, they'd be like, oh, this is pretty good. What is it? It's raw fish. Oh, okay. But when you tell them beforehand, it's like, wait, let me get this straight. You want me to eat some raw fish in seaweed, wrapped in seaweed and rice? That sounds disgusting, dude. That's kind of what people do with video games. They kind of just make their own.
Really, really good right now too.
The sushi's good, but from the right places, it can make you sick if you get in the wrong places. But that's the thing. People make their own.
Yeah, like down in Georgia.
Hey, shut up! Don't make fun of my home. But
I'm not making fun of your home. I'm making fun of Georgia.
But
Georgia.
Oh God!
Georgia.
Always breaking down and singing. I'm sorry, guys.
The whole day.
I just put you in my video briefly while you were singing, just so you know. You're welcome.
Great.
But yeah, this is the biases. People prejudge things like that so quickly without really giving it a try. Because there's something, now in the video game space, there's something for everyone. If you're a fitness nut that thinks that video games aren't healthy and it leads to unhealthy habits, hey, guess what? There's games where you could jump around, or games you could play while you're jogging passively. You know, there's the Zombies Run. If you're a power walker, you play Zombies Run and avoid invisible zombies that come on the street and pick up power-ups while you're doing your morning and evening power walks. There's something for everyone. It's a whole different space. It's not a novelty item. And Rageonator made a good point about how it was marketed as a toy for a long time. But also, there were certain consoles that were more marketed as like high-end entertainment systems, and those were like really expensive. I mean, if you do the adjusted dollars for today, like these systems that came out for $499, $399 or more, they're a lot more expensive in today's dollar. And I mean, the dollar has lost a lot of power. I hate to say it. And Obi's just chomping down on those mixed nuts. Are you gonna go through that whole giant can of Planters?
Probably.
That's bad.
Not tonight.
I usually get the little cans. They have the little cans. Those are safe, because if you do go through the whole thing, you're not eating this massive thing. But if I get a whole big bottle, it's like, oh, there's plenty of them. I'll just go quack, quack, quack.
No. There's like, I got this on last week, and this can it's the 2.5 pound can, the 40 ounces. And this can will last me a couple weeks, but this is the only protein I'll eat. Like, I'll eat a handful of nuts. And it's just so I don't have to eat before I stream, because then I get tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Like, it'll give you the energy without the itis. All the MSGs and the stuff that makes you get all sluggish, food coma status. I bit my tongue. You should be proud of me. You gave me a very easy joke there, but I was very mature about it. Just want to put that out there.
If you were thinking what I was thinking, I was probably thinking the same thing.
I had a feeling you were too, Rage. I was like, we'll be nice, we'll behave. That's a good nutritional tip. A handful of nuts. Wait, I'm setting myself up. A handful of mixed nuts. Peanuts, macadamia nuts, Brazilian nuts, almonds, whatever. But some of those are not nuts. They're considered legumes or whatever. What the hell is what's that word? It's a thing that you think is a nut, but it's not a nut. It's not in a nut family.
It's legume.
Is it?
Yep.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
That always boggles my mind. Like, well, it looks like a nut to me. Who was singing the Almond Joy song?
Me.
Ovi. So anyway, so back to some more 2014. A look back. In a few words, what was 2014 to you? We'll start off with Fatal. Oh, you want to start off, Obi? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Obi.
Nope. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Fatal.
All right, 2014, like in gaming in general? Or?
Just in general. From a geek perspective. What was 2014 to you? Oh, what was it in general?
Man, 2014 from a gaming perspective to me was probably the year of...
Well, actually, if it helps you, we're going to talk about the best and worst of games of 2014. So we'll get to that.
Alright, yeah, I'd say it's probably like the year of the remake. We saw a bunch of stuff be just generally repurposed, repackaged, and sent out again with a new name. Binding of Isaac to Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Minor upgrades, still the same thing. Assassin's Creed had another new game that was kind of the same thing as we've seen in the others, only this one didn't work.
Oh,
Just
God.
saying. Yeah.
Oh, let's add to the fact that they released like 4 games in the same year. Wow, in a major franchise.
Like powerhouse and right there. I guess Call of Duty got a minor redemption. Anyone who played Ghosts was really upset, and then Advanced Warfare has partially gotten them some credit back. That's about it. And yeah, I mean that, and pretty much indie development. We've seen a lot more indie development, and I hate to say it, but thank God a decline in some of the more artsy games. So
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where we ask for something really different than we get it, and we're like, what the fuck is this? I'm a flower, and I'm pollinating bees, and all of a sudden the fairy godmother comes and gives me tap dancing shoes, and we do a musical routine. What?
And now I'm playing as spermicide. What the hell happened?
Somewhere we took a wrong turn. We're not in Kansas anymore, are we?
And that's not Toto.
Oh. You know what's funny? I laugh. I'm glad you mentioned that because every time I hear the word Toto, I giggle like a little schoolgirl. Like when you go to those
Toto.
Well, stop it, Opie. Stop. Listen, let me tell you why. Because Totos are a very nice brand of like toilets and stuff, right? And sinks and all that stuff. They do all the bathroom wear, right? They make really good stuff, right? But
yeah, Toto was also a band back in the 80s, too, if I remember right there. Really big hit was what, Africa?
yes, and that's what makes that even funnier. I missed the rain back in Africa. Sorry. I actually had that song on my queue the other day on the stream. But Toto in Spanish means vagina, which just tickles me pink. Like I'm sitting on a vagina. Okay.
It tickles you pink, huh?
Thanks. You see what I did there?
Well, this
I
is
did,
escalating
and I
quickly.
caught you. Yeah, I know it's escalating really fast.
I'm just saying. I'm just, you know, be careful what you say around Spanish people, because you say toto, and they're gonna be like, okay, it's a nice word for vagina. It's like almost saying the medical term. It's like you tell a little girl, like, does your toto hurt? You know, like if you don't want to be vulgar about it.
It's not telling the little girl, like, does your snatch hurt, little girl?
It's like, yeah, you're not telling them that. It's like saying cha-cha. But still, that's why I giggle. It's like, it's like poopy. You know, poopy's a cute word that makes you laugh. Like, I took a dookie. I made a poopy. Hee.
You said poopy.
Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. That's a moment of sharing. Yes, mistakes were made. Isn't that a Call of Duty thing? Mistakes were made.
Yes, it is. Friendly fire.
Yeah, oh god, that's great.
In a few words, 2014.
It was about mixed nuts.
Was full of shit. There, I'm done.
Are you sure?
No. A lot of the games that came out, like, who was that first? Was that Fatal that talked first? Right? I really like, with, like, Call of Duty and with, the Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfare from the Ghosts, and they made kind of some groundwork with that, and then, PC games started getting into it. Twitch started getting better, well, a little bit better with, you know, adding more channels such as a talk show channel, kind of things like that. The little things I did look at and I really appreciated, because now we're not, you know, like me. We remember when we started last year, Yogi, right? We kept it on League of Legends because we didn't know what else to put it on.
Yeah.
Now they've got an actual channel for us now. Not just us, but you guys know what I mean. But
We paved the way for that because we were doing it before anyone else was really. We weren't the first people to do it. I think the Level Up Show may have been doing it as long as us, a few other ones, but we were one of the first people doing podcasts on Twitch, live shows. And now you got things like Value Town and Level Up Show and a bunch of other ones I can't even think of right now. But, yep.
Game on 3. It's a World of Warcraft show or a Blizzard show. They've been on there for a while too.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, Roleplay. Roleplay is another good one.
It's just some of the things that have happened. I mean, there's been some incredible games that have come out this year, but in my eyes, in my view, and I'm a person that likes to play certain games and then get good at them, and then that's what I play. I think it was an excessive release this year. I mean, like you said before, Assassin's Creed put out 4 copies. I mean, 4 different games, or how many? Was it 3 or 4 different games this year?
I could have sworn it was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, they put 4 out, and it was bad.
I mean, that's just when I played Assassin's Creed 1, right when they started it. 2 didn't come out for like 2 years. And then 3 came out, and then of course Black Flag, and then everything else. I mean, I understand they wanted to get the multiplayer aspect into it, and play like that. But I mean, we gotta wait, man. Add DLCs to it, or add an extra, or wait for a little bit to where you can get that extra stuff in there. I mean, four different titles, the same game in the same year. That doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, it just really doesn't. But all around 2014, I really feel it was a year of shit. So many bad things that came out, so many things that just bogged, in my eyes. Basically, that's the games that I play. That was just crap. We either had to wait a week later to play it because there were so many people on it, or it was just, and we lose the game that we're all getting really interested in, and EA drops them, just little things like that would bug me or make me happy about it. I'm not saying that we didn't do some good stuff in 2014, because we did. I mean, we're just brand new into HorsePLAY Live. I mean, Geeky Antics Network. I mean, that's some really, really great strides that we've made as a group together in 2014. So that's what that's what was 2014 was for me.
Word. Regina, what you got for us?
2014. Well, as far as gaming is concerned, well, it's kind of hit or miss. Ubisoft did overdo it with the Assassin's Creed games, like was mentioned before. 4 games within a year is kind of overkill, and we had the LDGs on PSN and Xbox Live. That was kind of a bummer, and so on and so forth. But on a positive note, we've seen a lot of really great releases come out this year. And some of them are kind of quirky, but quirky in a good way. Like, for example, Goat Simulator. That game, if assuming that you've never seen it or heard of it before, look it up on Steam. That game will have you scratching your head, and say, "What the fuck?" and cracking up. I mean, it's strange. It's one of those games that's so strange it's actually amazing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Bless you.
Actually, I was coughing, but anyway, there was plenty of really good games out there that came out this year. Some of them were definitely quirky, and I can't speak for Xbox Live or PSN because I haven't been on either in quite some time. But at least with Steam, some of the other PC services like it, they've been having sales left and right, and a lot of those sales have been really, really good. And this year has been a really good year to be a PC gamer. Thanks to all the sales and whatnot. I literally doubled my my gaming library, so so that's definitely a plus. Needless to say, I won't be running out games to play for quite some time. So.
Yep. It's funny. Last year, actually the year before last year now, 2013, I remember having a wall of shame with the gaming consoles because it's just games that I would buy and then quickly get bored of, and the so-called next-gen consoles, and now the current-gen consoles, are still doing more of the same. And as far as gaming goes, I'm glad that I'm focusing on the PC stuff because people have this weird argument like, oh, PC gaming is too expensive. And no, it's actually on par with the console gaming because with all the extra money you pay for your games, I know the DLCs and all the proprietary hardware, in the long run, you're spending more. Then people say, try building a computer that costs the same as a console with the same kind of specs. No, you're looking at it wrong. Look at the total cost of ownership. You're paying for the online service. You're paying for all the DLCs that most PC users probably get for free or built into the game to begin with. You have a limited amount of variety. Okay, you have a few exclusives, whoop-de-doo, but they're the same kind of games. They're not really innovating. You know, a lot of console gamers are drinking the Kool-Aid. Now, don't get me wrong. I love console gaming. It's a uniform experience. Everybody gets the same experience because none of this, my console's better than yours. No, you have the same PS4 that I do. You have the same Xbox One that I do, you know, and it's more convenient, right? You don't have to deal with all the technical stuff. So, you know, that's the bright side. That's the benefit of it, and being where your friends are at. But yeah, it's like you guys said, there's been a lot of innovation in the indie space. It's a great time to be a PC gamer. I have absolutely no regrets of putting consoles aside for now. I don't feel left out. I look forward to eventually getting an Xbox One, maybe a Wii U, PS4, maybe not, unless it falls on my doorstep. I love you, Obi. But yeah, if you guys listen to 2013 HorsePLAY episodes, Obi was with me on the Xbox One, and then the devil made a deal with him. He's all about PS4 now. I don't know what happened there, but that's okay. Sometimes some people choose to be
Gotta deal with the devil. Gotta deal with the devil.
Some people side with the Jedis, and some people side with the Siths. It's okay. See, you enjoy the dark side, Obi.
Yogi, come to the dark side. Yeah.
And Yogi no longer cool. What? I'm an Xbox guy. It's just I like online play. That's good. I don't like PlayStation controllers.
Well, may the force be with you as the dark side whoops your ass.
I've made this argument. Look, BFT. I love BFT, and I've never made any pretense of saying that I like PS4. People are like, "Oh, get a PS4." It's like, I like you. I really do like you. Like I borderline love you. Like if we have more time together, I love you guys. Some of you I love, but we need to go out to dinner, and then we'll be there. You know, wind it down a little bit. But anyway. But not enough to get a PS4. It's just triangle, circle, square. Not for me. The controllers feel weird. I just can't get into it. I almost feel like I'm holding a.
Weird. We don't block you every 2 seconds.
I'm just saying, it's not for me. The games don't appeal to me. The few exclusives that are there, and I don't know. Anyway,
well, each has their own. All right, each has their own. And
it's a matter of personal preference.
It's not to deal with the devil or anything like that. I mean, you got to realize, like you say, the reason that you have an Xbox is because 99% of your friends have Xboxes.
Well, no, I'm taking jabs at you because you were all about Xbox One. Now you completely hate it. You went a complete 180.
This is what I'm going on. Yes, because all my friends did complete 180s. They all still had 360s. Right, I have a 360 right here. Hold on, you can hear it. Hear it? Yeah, I still have a 360, but they all went to PS4, so that's why I want a PS4.
Yes, but every time I bring up the Xbox One, you're like, screw Xbox. Like you turned into a Sony fanboy out of nowhere. Like I can see why people like the PlayStation, you know.
I've always been a Sony fanboy, dude.
Okay.
I've had PlayStation since the gray giant fucking box.
Yes, let's rewind and.
Piece of crap that didn't. I
like how you retcon your gaming history. I had a PS2 and a PS1. Doesn't mean I'm a Sony. I like Sony. It just means I got it cheap in the parking bin, or someone gave it to me after I got bored with it.
I got an Xbox, an original Xbox for free, and I gave it away.
Oh, that's crazy. Now you're breaking my heart.
Deal with it.
Original Xbox was great. It held down papers so well. That thing was heavy as hell, and it had a built-in anti-theft device. Throw that at someone, you knock them out, guaranteed.
You want to see the best paperweight in my house?
Yeah. You know what, Obi? It's okay. I'm actually kind of looking forward to getting back at Xbox Live and playing 360 with you.
I should have sent this in that box with you.
Yeah. I told you that. We could always use another 360 in the house. We'll play some local play with a few games to support it, and it'd be great times. But anyway,
See, I'm against both of you. I'm looking forward to the Alienware, the Alpha box. It's console meets computer.
Here we go.
No, actually, I'm
Yeah.
with you on that. Because last year I kept talking about the Steam machines. Now they dropped. Valve has dropped the ball on that. But I think if they could take the PC experience and make it more accessible, that's awesome. That's what Steam machines were supposed to be, but they kind of, they have no real direction. That'd be the best thing. I'm with you, dude. Trust me. But Alienware, I don't think Alienware will be the one to lead the way, because Alienware is like,
They
it's
want
like
way too much
we
of
put
their shit.
yeah, Alienware is like, hey, we stick an Alien on here. Now it's with 4x the price of what you normally would pay. It's like they're like the Lexus. They're the Lexus of computers, because a Lexus is a Toyota, but they put an extra cup holder in it and then a new logo. Boom! It's a Lexus now. We can charge you 3 times the price.
And 2, it's gonna be you're already gonna pay a chunk of change just to get it, because it's brand new. I mean, you're looking at how much were PS4s and Xboxes when they came out? This next gen, $500-$600.
Yeah.
You're looking at more than that, and that's just because you're looking at $1,000 just because Alienware has their logo on it.
No, they already have it priced out. It's
How much is it?
It's $539. Now, granted, that's a little high considering everybody else dropped their prices. However, this console allows you to trade out the memory, the processor, various other things. If their controller is legit, this will be everything we hoped the Steam box was going to be.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing with a gaming console. Once it gets discontinued, there's no way to upgrade it. It has a limited shelf life. So if you can't replace the processor, put more memory in there. If it's not modular anyway, that's the problem with gaming consoles. So that's going to change the game. I've been saying for a long time, the more Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo make their gaming consoles like computers, all-in-one entertainment systems, the more they need to make it modular and less proprietary. Because they can say, hey, you have to pay extra to certify a part to say that we officially support it, and this is an official part for it that we support. Fine. They could do that. But the more they open it up, say, hey, you want to take the risk, you can void your warranty, but there are third-party people that we acknowledge exist, but we won't support you if you go with them. And they let people make that choice. I want to put more RAM in my thing. I want to put a new processor. Cool. Make it easier to do that. But they make it harder and harder for people to do that. Toyota Lexus. My mother drives one. It's used though. Yeah, a Lexus is a Toyota with 2 extra cup holders and a different logo. That's it. But people pay for the benefit of saying it's a Lexus. The other thing too is I think we're in a weird way as far as technology goes and gaming. We're not going to see major innovation. People are going to get mad at me for this. We're not going to see major innovation on the hardware for a long time. Remember when we jumped from 8-bit to 16-bit, 16-bit to 32-bit? There were significant leaps there, But now, now it's
260 yet.
250. Well, it's always doubles. So 64, 128, 256. But it doesn't even matter anymore. Yeah, we're there. But the thing that doesn't really matter because it's a number that you just throw out there. You have to think about like what the core of the processor is and all that stuff. Whatever. You can have there's different numbers in that, but it's all numbers, right? They need to innovate on the actual gameplay mechanics. That's what we need to see more of. I know we got to wrap up the show soon because we went off on our rant, but to me, outside of gaming, the big thing that the 2014 was to me, the theme that it seemed to be was the overwhelming bitterness and trolliness of the world as a whole. It felt like everyone had something to complain about. Everybody was bitter about something, and everybody had poop stories. Like seriously, like everybody was complaining about something or sharing a poop your pants story. I don't know. It was just a weird time. And then for me on the personal, I had a couple of deaths in the family, some scares with cancer and all kinds of crazy shit, and I'm just glad it's all behind us and we made it through. And I mean, I had an aunt that had terminal cancer, and a home front like right in my house is we had some bad stuff. Just today, one of our pets died, and I'm like, fuck, really? You couldn't do it in 2014. Well, we had a bearded dragon.
Oh, I did you?
Yeah, I mean, you don't get attached to those kind of pets, but still, I was kind of really bummed out about it because we like went to pick her up and put her out to bathe in the sunlight, like we usually do, and she just wasn't moving. I'm like, oh, come on, not today. So I'm just happy. 2015, let's just move forward and make it it can't possibly be as bad as 2014 was for me. The gaming stuff didn't impact me because I already knew. Like I said, all right, I'm dealing with enough of it as it is. I don't want to deal with console gaming anymore. It's like broken promises, and it's like a messed up marriage. You know, it's like, I'm gonna give you everything you want. Oh, you want me to pay $500 for this? Sure, no problem. $65 for this? No problem. Oh, and $30 for these DLCs? No problem. What are you gonna do for me? Can I get a back rub? No. I'll give you 30 minutes of a good time, and then you'll forget about me again. Okay. And then people eat it up. That's jacked up. Tyrico says, poop stars, how about your ass hurting for several days? Ew. I'm assuming that's what the bleep said.
We're gonna go, what are we gonna do, best and worst game real quick? We're gonna go right down to...
Yeah, mine is really simple.
Go ahead.
I have a lot of best games, but I'll just go with one, kind of. We have to hurry it up. Best game, I'll say Shovel Knight right off the top of my head. And worst game is Last of Us Remastered, because Last of Us was a shit game. That game, I swear people jerk off that game so much. I get it, it's got a great storyline, cool, but when you get down to the mechanics, it's just not very remarkable on any of it. Now, if you love the game, I'm not knocking you, but when people try to sell me on it, it's like, look, I've made up my mind, it's a game I'll watch, but to play, I don't find it very fun, and people made it seem like, oh, 10 out of 10 across the board, best game ever. I'm like, I don't see, are you looking at the same game? It's nothing really special. Like, what are you seeing there? I get it has some tear-jerker moments. Again, it's like a trail of these interactive stories, or it feels like you're playing a movie. I'd rather watch it, not play it. And to me, a game that is a good story but had nothing else going for it is a movie with some interactivity to it. Anyway, you guys. Oh damn.
Go ahead, Raginator. What's your best and worst of the year?
Best, is kind of say, I'd probably say Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions. No,
that's a fun game.
Oh yeah, it's a really great game. I sunk, quite a bit of time into it since getting it. Not nearly as much as I would like, but I'm working on that. Worst game, not that it's a bad game per se, but of the games that I played that came out this year, I'd probably say Magic 2015. If only because there were a lot of issues with the game when it came out, and plus not only that, but they took out a lot of votes in the game that were present in last year's game. So combining those two things, it was, the game overall was kind of disappointing. But.
And Fatal, what about you?
All right, best game, I've got to say probably Skullgirls.
Ooh, good call.
It brought back my love of the fast-paced 2D fighter, and even though it didn't get a lot of love, it's got great community support, and the devs are still doing things for it.
Yep.
Hands down, 2014 best game.
They're still churning out content for that game. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's a new character coming out, and they're doing weekly updates. It's amazing.
And the other thing I'll say about that, on Steam, that's like one of the only fighting games that has online support, which is tragic. Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, nope, no online play.
Yeah, I think it's definitely probably like my favorite breakout and biggest surprise. Worst game of the year, that's going to be hard. That's like finding a crappy needle in the middle of a stack of crappy needles. I mean, in a year that gave us Euro Truck Simulator, the sequel, like 2, where do you really find the worst game?
Hey, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is not the worst game of the year because they put multiplayer online mode in it. So cough.
GG, that's it. It's game over. They have multiplayer, so now 2 people can pretend to drive trucks.
No, you can have like, I've got a company. I've actually got a company started in the damn game. It's Geeky Antics. Everybody can get on there and join the company and work for the company. You know, work for the man.
Right, well, I'll give you that. It wasn't going to be my worst. It was just a good example. I think worst game, I'll say, Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I know everyone's going to hate me for that, but they repackaged a game that worked, got lazy, said we're going to make maybe 100 lines of code different so you can do stuff that you always wanted to do to make the game more broken than it already is. Enjoy yourselves and go fap over it for the next, 6 hours.
Yeah, but at least that game is fun to stream, and you're not paying like GTA 5 or Assassin's Creed Unity level of money. You know what I mean?
And I'll give you that. There's no big, extra pay limit to it, and I mean it's not a terrible game. I just think if you're going to put something like that out, you could do so much more and build on it. Just like Telltale doing all of their series of games. They had The Walking Dead, and then now they've got 4 different series, but they're all just kind of point-click, decision-making adventures.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the best and worst game for me, 2014, and I could say WoW and all that, blah blah blah. And I'm gonna go with a couple of games that I've not really played a lot of, but I read reviews and watch people of that stream indie games all the time, that are just people are just hating them. Man, I really don't have a best. Honestly,
I'm drawing blanks.
If I were to pick, and this is going to be strictly because I'm a kind of I'm a family guy, so I'd rather, for my family, it would have to be the Wii U, or the Wii U in general, or maybe a Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart 8 was really good pick for this year. And then the worst was Dino D-Day.
Oh, really? No, actually, I play that on a fairly regular basis. Personally speaking, I like it, but
because I would rather play, but still, I would still rather play Primal Carnage than Dino D-Day.
Oh man!
They're exactly the same game, just different maps and different movements. I mean, it's hunters versus dinosaurs.
Speaking of that, didn't we get gifted a few copies of Primal Carnage? We should play that together sometime for a game night.
I've been waiting for you.
We'll do a community game night on that.
As always.
Hey, I've been super busy. I told you what I've been doing. But I know we got to wrap this up soon, and the conversation has been great. We have to do this again soon since it worked out.
Minutes. We can get through this.
We're not gonna get through all of this. I mean, the other topics we're gonna talk about, just to give you an overview, were best and worst tech of 2014, biggest disappointments and shockers. Hold on, and then things we wish.
Give one.
Hold on. Things we wish people would stop talking about is a big one.
Yeah.
And then I was going to just say 2013 versus 2014, which year's wins for you and why. And then our hopes for 2015, so we get on a positive note. But before we get this, we did have a request in the chat that, Back to the Future talked about 2015 being really futuristic. And it's funny, when you go back to the Jetsons and Back to the Future and other things that portray the future, is in the year 2000 and the year 2015 there'll be hover cars and all this stuff, So I just thought we should think about that. It's wait, where are the shoes that tied in themselves? That probably would be very dangerous. The hoverboards instead of the skateboards. What else did they have in there? They had the flying cars, and they had the jacket that self-adjusted itself, one size fits all, right? It scanned your body and then adjusted to your body. Where's all that stuff now? Come on.
Hey, let's be fair. The shoes did get made. They made like I think 100 pairs that went for charity with the self lacing and everything. Same color scheme from Back to the Future for Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's charity. So they exist. They're rare, but they're there.
Oh, that's right. They did make them. Okay, I stand corrected.
Well, if you think about,
Ruin my joke, why don't you?
if you think about, flying cars aren't necessarily a good idea.
Oh no, they're not. People
Yeah, think about
can't handle back and forth. So if we had flying cars, we'd really just jack up everything.
Oh yeah, we'd be screwed. I mean, people would be, people, dead bodies, and car wrecks will be raining out of the sky and left and right like no tomorrow if we hit flying cars. I mean,
Yeah. But you wanted to share your biggest disappointment or shocker?
World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor.
Okay. What about you guys? Oh, go ahead. No.
And really, I really thought it was going to be a good release. And I was like, Blizzard's done this like 6 fucking times. They're not going to screw this up again. We get on there, get the game, everything's good to go. Of course, only dumbasses stood outside in the cold. So we got it midnight. We were playing by 12:30. No, because everybody and their mother decided to get on at the same exact time, and then troll people where you couldn't quest. So, hashtag Blizzard sucks on that day.
On that
But yeah,
day.
go.
On that one day.
Yeah.
Fatal, what's your biggest disappointment or the thing that shocked you the most in 2014?
Well, it came a little after 2014, but I think it's Obi's loyalty to Euro Truck Simulator 2, maybe.
Oh, shots fired.
No, I think it's probably how
Fuck
bad
you.
they were dealing with Assassin's Creed Unity issues. They couldn't hotfix it. They still haven't fixed it. For fans who pumped so much money, $60, $70 for a game on such a wide scale, they can't get people to hotfix some code. I think that's biggest disappointment.
Yeah, so it seems to be a recurring theme too. Recurring theme with the big studios, like, people will keep shoveling the money at us. Why do we have to try? Ray Jr., what you got?
Well, I kind of agree with what was just said. It's kind of a surprise, yet not a surprise with the sequel, diarrhea that we've been getting this last year. Especially with all the Assassin's Creed games coming out, and especially Unity really sucking. And I'm willing to bet that this is going to stick in gamers' minds for a while, and combine that with the fact that, at least with Call of Duty, specifically as a series, I think it was reported that sales of that series have been down this year big time. I'm willing to bet that people are going to start revolting against these these big name series and start going with the more indie games, buying those on a more regular basis. They'll probably buy name a game that just came out first one of the series, and buy those one-off games rather than Call of Duty 23 or whatever.
Yeah. Were you clapping your hands? It sounded like someone was clapping their hand, like, yeah. Like it's starting a slow clap. I swear I just heard that. Obi's shaking his head.
Me.
But I'm gonna get into my biggest
Down
disappointment.
here.
What?
I said down here.
Someone's trolling us. It's the TeamSpeak fairy. What do we got? Like we got like 7 minutes left.
5-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so we start wrapping it up. But we'll probably do this more often, little